What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Kyusha Limit. I'm Dougie B. Hopefully this looks a little bit better. I actually switched to 4K now. I wasn't originally filming in 4K because it takes up a ton of footage and it's a lot to edit, but I just feel like it's the way that YouTube's kind of going. I mean, when I watch videos, I don't have a 4K monitor, but I do have a 1440p. And if I can, I much prefer to watch it in 1440p. I tend to watch a lot of my YouTube on the computer, so I'm gonna assume there's gonna be other people out there that are the same as me. So let me know how this looks. I'm sure you can pick out every little detail now, but you know what? I think it'll be better in 4K. So we're gonna try it for this video because it's not gonna be a super long video, and we'll see how it goes. If it seems to be working, then we'll continue with 4K in the future, but yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna get rocking and rolling the blue car now. Just pulled it in here. Orange car's back out, obviously due to us waiting probably 3 or 4 weeks before we get that carb adapter plate that we need and some other stuff. So she'll have to put in the back burner, and we're gonna get working on the blue car. And it's a little wet because it was outside. It's raining and snowing and shit right now. But yeah, let's kind of show you the bumper here. So if I had it my way, I would get bumpers that don't have any rubber or nothing, that were just all stainless or chrome, whatever you want to call it, but this is all right too. So they're not perfect. That's actually well, I have it upside down, that's why. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to set the camera on its own here. All right. Not really on the best tripod right now. There we go. Let's just flip this over. Thought I had it the right way, but there we have it. All right. So this is like I was saying in the other video, off of a later gen car. I've had these for quite a while, actually. I picked them up from a guy a long time ago. And the rubber was, the main reason I got them is this rubber was in really good shape on pretty much everything. I am going to remove the bumperettes. I don't really like them. And I went and picked up some stainless hardware to fill that. I'll show you guys that when we do it. But for right now, we're just going to give this a clean. We're going to give this a polish, and we're going to get this mounted up. The previous owner did, I'm not really sure what here. He put some kind of foam tape on. I'm going to maybe trim that back so that you can't really see it, as it looks quite bad right now. I mean, I understand what he was doing, I guess, maybe trying to protect the paint, keep it from rattling, etc. But yeah, we're gonna get this put on. I hope that these side mounts are gonna work. I'm gonna have to mask that so that I don't wreck it. But we're gonna try to get this cleaned up, polish it, and polish the hardware that's gonna fill the bumperettes and take the bumperettes off, and then get it mounted up. All right, guys, I just wanted to kind of show you something. I don't know, maybe some of you guys don't know about this. I've used these since I was like 16. But I still see lots of people have like a towel in their car, like an actual bath towel, or they got like a microfiber drying towel or something like that. I was just wiping the car down here, and it's with something that's called the absorber. You guys can see that. Man, I can't stress these enough. It comes in a little tube like this, so it kind of always stays damp. I have one in like every car, so when I go to the car wash or whatever, it is by far the easiest way to dry the car off. If you go below, in the links below, I'll have an Amazon link to it. They're like, I think it's like 40 bucks for 2 of them. Trust me, buy 2. You'll never buy like a drying towel for a car ever again. I've never actually wore one of these out. I've only ever lost them, but I've had some for like 5-6 years and they're still holding up. They might get the odd little tear or whatever. But anyways, yeah, just a little tip for anybody that maybe doesn't know. I'm not a detailer by any means, but I do prefer to use this, so. Alright guys, so as I was mentioning before, what what I'm gonna do, I got recommended by, I was looking for these online, but actually Home Depot has stainless steel carriage bolts. I didn't know they had stainless, so that's pretty sweet. Essentially what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna sand and polish this up so that we can, see if we can zoom in here, so that we can throw it in this hole and just kind of block off where that bumperette was. So obviously the bumper needs a polish as well, and we're gonna do that, but yeah, that's kind of how that's gonna go. And I got stainless nuts, etc. for the back also. I'd also got a smaller one here because I was just unsure. I think the bigger one looks better, a little bit more suiting to the hole, I would say. So yeah, we're just gonna polish up a couple of these. I'm just gonna use, oops, there we go on camera. I'm just gonna use a sandpaper, 500, 800, 1000 wet, 3000 wet compound polish. Same thing I'm gonna do on the bumper. And we got some stuff here. You can kind of see we gotta clean up that this bumper's not in perfect shape. Obviously it's got some pitting but this is on the bottom, so you won't really see this all that much, but we'll try to clean it up the best we can anyways. So yeah, let's get the polisher out. All right guys, so frustratingly my bench grinder's kind of been not working all that great, and I don't have like a buffing wheel set up for it, which would be the preferred way to do this for sure. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do it by hand. Well, not by hand, still assisted with air. But essentially I just have this little polisher and I got some 800 grit, and we're just gonna kind of go to town on it here. And I'll use this polisher to do everything. So we're just getting those letters off the top that they print on the bolts. You can kind of see how it is there. Already look pretty decent in there. We're gonna keep going just to give you guys a bit of a show between the first set of wet polish. So the bottom one is sanded, top one's got its first wet polish. It's still got some, like, I think what they refer to as like holograms in that, so it needs a little bit more, but now they're starting to look good. There we go, that's pretty much, just the edges need a tiny bit more. And actually they almost look like they could use a bit more of the wet sand. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going back and forth on this, guys. I'll just time lapse this for you, but get them polished up and looking good. And then we'll get them in the bumper. Alright guys, so as stated, make sure that you mask this area off really well, especially if you're doing the bumper install by yourself, because you got to line up a bolt through here, and yeah, you're going to scratch the shit out of your car if you don't. So the more you tape off, the better. I didn't do this in my last video on the red car because I was in a bit of a hurry, and it was vinyl, so it's kind of a little bit more resilient to that type of damage. But yeah, in the case of this, 100% mask the whole thing, and you'll just have to pick the masking tape out after. I would actually even mask the corners, because if you get too close with the bumper, then you're gonna have an issue there too. Right now I'm just gonna mock it up, make sure that it looks like it's gonna line up anyways. I mean, it should, but who knows before I get the hardware out. Looks pretty good there, I think. Yeah, I think it's gonna line up good. All right, so got some hardware, same stuff I used last time I was putting bumpers on. Got some jack stands to hold the bumper. Really odd, for some reason there isn't a fourth hole here. I don't know, I am assuming probably when the car was getting painted or whatever, maybe a bolt broke off in there, and I'm not gonna dive into that right now. 3 bolts is more than enough to hold this bumper, plus the 2 on the outside, puts it at 5, that's fine. So, not something I really wanna dive into drilling out today or dealing with that, so we're gonna go ahead. Alright guys, figured I'd show you these little like bumper and stop things that keep it also from rubbing on the car, and they kind of sit just like this. They actually kind of latch onto the bumper. So yeah, that's kind of how it sits. So I'm gonna remove some of this now that I'm not as worried about it, at least the stuff in around here. And I actually might do what the previous owner did and put a little piece of foam right here, because I do have to clamp that tight down. So there we go. So here it is. This should sit like this. I don't think I've actually ever had a car that's had these on it, but that's what they're there for. And then yeah, it just sits nice and tight. I think it looks really good. Looks like we should line up. Might have to bend our bracket a tiny bit here. There we go. I'm gonna grab a little piece of foam, put it on there. Alright guys, just wanted to kind of show you how the bumper looks when it's mounted up. I'm gonna snug it up a little bit more, but I wanted to wrap up filming on this video just so I can get the editing done. I think it looks way better. It's got the nice little rubber piece there. The last thing I want to show you guys, you can probably see this is starting to kind of dry crack a little bit, and it's got a bit of the polishing compound on it. Just want to show you this product. It's called Revive by Carbrite. I love this stuff for black, like trim like this. So just kind of dab some on a rag and essentially just go over all the black. It kind of moisturizes it. I mean, there's lots of products that do this nowadays, but I remember I've had this bottle for quite a while, a number of years, and back when I got this was about one of the only ones that was any good. Oops. So bumper's moving around a little bit because it's still loose, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what it'll look like once you get all the black cleaned up on it. So you can just see it's got a little bit of shine to it, and yeah, helps moisturize it, make it look a hell of a lot better. Can even do this. There you go, you can see that gets a nice little shine to it. So anyways, that's it for this video. I don't want to drag it on too long. We are going to do the front bumper obviously as well, but for right now we're just going to wrap this video up with the rear being done. And yeah, it feels good to have a bumper back on this car. Still got some tape I got to remove and stuff, but anyways, thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned, we'll have something new for you next week. Adios.